On the scale of difficult things in League of Legends, playing ADC is up there at the top, right next to getting a girlfriend and getting 10 wins in a row. In fact, the average League player would have to play over 1,000 games until they got 10 in a row. So obviously, you would never try to do both at the same time. This is Ludwig, and he is trying to get 10 league wins in a row. Switching off his very easy main role, jungler, he's trying to do this as the hardest role, ADC. Now, he's also trying to do this within a week, which mathematically doesn't make sense, but math is for nerds and people trying to prove that femboys are only 2.19% gay, so I think he can do it. But before he gets 10 wins in a row, he needs to be able to get 10 CS in a row. No joke, throughout day 1, he did not once get 10 CS in a row. If you gave a monkey Ludwig's computer setup, he would be able to get 10 CS in a row, or at least that's what atheists have told me. Now, as one of the best players in the world, I think I can help. So here's everything you need to know about CSing and killing minions. These are minions. They start spawning at 1 minute and 5 seconds into the game and then spawn every 30 seconds after that. There are 4 types of minions: Siege, Caster, Melee, and Super Minion. First, Melee minions. They have pretty good health, attack really fast but don't do much damage, and they give 21 gold per kill. Caster minions don't attack very fast but do a lot more damage, and they only give 14 gold on kill. Siege minions have tons of health, decent damage, and give 60 to 90 gold depending on how far you are in the game. Super minions only spawn when an inhibitor is killed and give 90 gold on kill, but have a whole lot of health and a lot of damage. Killing these minions is going to be your main source of gold in almost every single game, so getting good at it is imperative. Doubly so if you're playing Draven because of his passive. Now, Ludwig shows a bit of interest in Draven, but more so in Tristana, which is interesting because they are on the opposite ends of difficulty when it comes to CSing. Draven focuses on having extremely high attack damage with his Q, making him by far the easiest ADC to CS with. Tristana's passive on her E does an AoE damage every time she kills a minion, which puts them at an awkward health range so that the turret or other minions might kill them before Tristana can. But how do you last hit to begin with? Now, that might sound like a stupid question, because it is. Last hitting is actually not the problem. It's last hitting all of them while also having pressure from your enemy laner. Now, hands down, the best way to get better at CSing is to go into a practice game against no one and just CS for 10 minutes and try to hit 100. And then once you can do that consistently, you add a bot at beginner level, and then once you can do that consistently, up the difficulty. If you do that, you'll be better than 99% of the players because no one wants to actually practice this game. They're all just addicted to queuing again and again. But if you don't want to do all that, and also if you do want to do all that, this will help you either way. Here are some tips for CSing in general. At the start of every game, the support gets an item that gives you a passive that generates up to 3 charges. Each charge makes it so that when you hit an enemy champion, you will get a little bit of gold. Or when you hit an enemy minion below 50% health, it'll automatically kill it, give you some of the gold, and give the full gold to the ADC. So if you can talk to your support and you're unconfident about CSing, you should tell them to save one of those stacks for the siege minions, because the siege minions give you the most gold. Make sure you're using the stop keybind. It should be bound to S right now, but it'll make it so that you stop attacking completely and cancel any autos you have going out. You can use this to feign auto attacks to scare your enemies, or you can just use it to stop auto attacking minions. And the last tip, turn off auto attack. It's a setting in the menu that makes you automatically attack minions, and you don't really want that. Now, knowing when to kill all of the minions as fast as you can, or last hit exclusively, is a whole other video, but...
Oh no, Lod, what are you doing? You missed the entire wave.
It is what it is.
No, it's not.
For now, just focused on last hitting. And the last thing you need to know is farming under turret. Turrets are surprisingly complex in this game, but right now let's just focus on the damage they deal to minions. Each shot from a turret deals 45% of a melee minion's health, 70% of a ranged minion's, 14% of a siege minion's, and 5% of a super minion's. This means after 2 shots to a melee minion, they will have only 10% health left. Pretty much everyone can kill them then. So for melee minions, you want to wait till they absorb those 2 shots and then hit them. For ranged minions, after 1 shot, they'll be left with 30% health. Now, you'll typically need a little bit of extra damage to kill them in 1 shot, but most ADCs, especially Draven, will get it done easily. Now, this is the turret's priority list. You'll notice 2 things. 1, hoes are at the bottom, and 2, caster minions come after melee minions. And if it's all melee minions or all caster minions, it will focus on whichever one is closer. This means you can use a trick that is commonly utilized to make it easy to farm under turret. Just focus down the mage minions while the turret is focusing the melee minions, and only hit the melee minions when they have the 10% health left. Now, I am the best AP Jhin player in the entire world, and while Jhin is an ADC character, I play him mid and top, not an ADC. So I got one of the best ADCs in the world and showed him the footage of Ludwig and asked him what he thought. So like, of the footage I've shown you, do you think he has potential?
Honestly, no.
Would you say that it's likely for him to get, like, I don't know, 10 wins in a row this week?
Honestly, if everyone on the enemy team for 10 games in a row killed themselves,
If you were to imagine like a scale of 1 to 10 on skill wise, you being number 10, and then like a baby shitting on the keyboard being 1, where would you put him? You can use fractions if you want.
I'm gonna go with 1. Gonna go with 0.5. Let's go with 0.5.
Well, for what it's worth, I think he might be able to do it if he follows this lesson. And if not, maybe there'll be a lesson tomorrow.